So students, let us try to understand these terms. See, since we are using non-determinate finite automata here, so let us start with some of the examples of non-deterministic finite automata. We'll consider one example of non-deterministic finite automata, and we'll try to convert that non-deterministic finite automata into a deterministic finite automata. Okay, so the very important points which you need to understand here is this regarding to a non-deterministic regarding finite automata. In case of non-deterministic finite automata, you have no restriction on the labels of their age. Okay, so and a symbol can label several age out of the same state. Okay, so it means what, from one particular state you may have more than one age living with a different symbol altogether. This is important. And even if you can, if you need, you can put an empty string, that is epsilon state wherever it is possible and wherever it is required. Now, if you look at the deterministic finite automata, for each state and for each symbol of its input alphabet, exactly one age with that symbol leaving the same state. So means what, there might be a case that a state is leaving to or reaching to another state using a age. So in that case, for that particular input symbol and for that age, you should have a unique symbol altogether. So means what, you don't have a you don't need two ages with same symbol from leaving from a same state. So you should not have. So that is not being encouraged. So let us look at this non-deterministic finite automata. Non-deterministic finite automata is again defined by 5-state tuple structure, and which is the same that we have discussed with the finite automatas. Now, let us try to work with this non-deterministic finite automata in more closer way. Here, the important terms for today, when you are thinking about transforming your non-deterministic finite automata to a deterministic finite automata, what you need. When you do this, what you need. So since we are working on non-deterministic finite automata, what we need an input. So, okay. And that input, we understand that input is regular expression. Then again, what we need is we need to have a transition function. Okay, so we need to have a transition function. So that delta we need to have, and we say that delta is nothing but a transition function. Delta is a transition function. So what we need, a transition function also. Okay, next what is basically what we need to do, we need to go for certain important set calculation. Okay, certain important set formation we have to go for. Okay, so the key terms which you need to understand is closure set. Okay, so you need to understand closure set. Okay. Okay, what is now, question is what is a closure set? Now just try to understand what is a closure set. So in order to understand this closure set, we will discuss it like here. Okay, see, for example, you have a regular expression, which is defined by A star. Okay, so regular expression defined by A star, it means you have a language L. Language L has a set of alphabet sigma. Sigma is containing A and being defined by regular expression A star, which means that if you have A star, the words can be epsilon, A, so many, so forth, A raised to N, where N goes from 0 to infinity. Okay, so in case of conversion of NFA to BFA, what you need to go for a set formation, and you need to understand the closure set. Okay, so in this case, what you need to do is you need to prepare a non-deterministic finite automata for A star. So A star means what? You can see. Okay, so this is my start state. Okay, so the state may have any identifier, any number. So you need to represent it into that particular way. Okay, So there is no restriction. Somewhere you can write A, B, C, D. You can write 0, 1, 2, 3. So so that is all the way left on to you, like how you are going to name to a state. Okay, so this is epsilon, this is epsilon, this is epsilon, and this is going to be a final state. Yesterday I got a question like, okay, how you refer a start state. So for just to have a simplification, you can have a start state in this particular way. Okay, so a start state can be represented into this way, or in some book it is being referred into this way. Okay, so if it is like this and if it is like this, so we are following this way of doing it because if it is directed edge here, it is being also referred that okay, it can be an intermediate state. But if this is the representation, then you need to define as start state is 0. Okay, start state is 0. If it is directed, you define it as start state as 0. Otherwise, you can directly refer it as understand that this one is a start state because it is not directed. Okay. Now here, one more question which I have got, that okay, how you can define a final or accepting state, right? So a final or accepting state is again is very simple, and it is being represented into represented by simple case double circle, and the edge must be directed. So this is I also say, for example, 5. So double circle is final state. Okay, so in this case when we are trying to understand a closure set, we have to understand the important point. Okay, so what is actually closure set? Closure set is, okay, just a minute, so closure set is a set of states that are reachable with what? Epsilon input. Okay, means what? We need to prepare a set of state. We need to prepare a set of states that are reachable with epsilon input. Now epsilon input from important from a start state. Okay, okay. So this initially this start state is one default state from where you start, or this start state can be designated. Okay, so I will tell you like the difference between a default and here. So in this case, this 0 is a default. Okay, so we need to collect, in this case, what we need to collect states that are reachable with epsilon. Means what? We need to see that we need to see some Vi having this epsilon as an input and it is reaching to Vj. Okay, so here in this case, in order to understand here, this Vi you have to consider as start. Okay, so by default, in case of default, okay, here your first state is 0 is start. So means you need to say that on 0, do you have an epsilon input as an you can apply epsilon input, and where you reach to 1. Okay, so here you can have 0, comma 1. Okay, why I have taken 0? Please try to understand that the start is always reachable with epsilon, right? Start state. This important term is start state is always reachable with epsilon. Start state is always reachable with epsilon. So if I am representing as Vi my start is the default state, then 0 is my that state on which epsilon is applied, and I am reaching to 1. So I have got 0 and 1 here. Now at the same time you say that with the 0 you can with the 1 you can apply a also, and with the 1 you can apply epsilon also. Okay, so it means that you can from 1 you can move to 3. So you have got epsilon input. So it is like 0, 1 and 3. So these are what? These are the states that are reachable with epsilon input, and this can be defined by a transition function, say delta 0 comma epsilon. What is the output? Is 1. Delta 0 comma epsilon, what is the output? Is 1. Now delta 1 comma epsilon, what is the output? Output is, sorry, 3. Okay, and 0 itself, so means transition function delta, first argument is 0 and the input symbol is epsilon, then 1 with epsilon is 3, 1 and 3, and 0 is itself, start is always reachable with epsilon. So 0, 1 and 3 that you have got is this as a state reachable with epsilon. So if this is this, if this is the state, then we can say that this is closure set. This is closure set. Okay, so this is closure set with what? With start symbol. With start symbol. And this start symbol is here is 0 is start symbol, and this is the default symbol which we have. Okay, now next is designated. Now by designated I mean, like, see, if you have got, say, from 1 you are coming to 2. Right, now if I consider 2 as a start, then what are the states that are reachable with epsilon input? If I say here designated start is now my designated start, state is now designated start state is 2. Okay, so it means that we need to collect just a minute. Okay, so we need to collect the states. We need to collect the states that are reachable with epsilon input from state 2, that are reachable with epsilon input from state 2. What it means? It means that we need to look at the delta function 2 comma epsilon. So delta 2 comma epsilon is giving me this output. Delta 2 comma epsilon is giving me this output. So at this it will say 1 more over delta 2 comma epsilon will tell me 3. So it means that if I am computing a epsilon closure set of 2, so it must contain the state numbers as 1 comma 2 comma 3. Okay, why 2 here? Because every start state is always reachable with epsilon. So but here in this case, if you look at 2, you'll find that 2 is reachable from 1 with a input. Okay, so you can question me like, oh sir, in this case 2 is not reachable with epsilon. No, but when you designate 2 as a start, then you need to forget about from where it is coming. If 2 is a start, then 2 is reachable, always reachable with epsilon as a default state. Okay, so that is why 2 have come here. That is why 2 have come here. Where? Here. Okay, and 1 and 3. If you look at here, say from 2 it is coming to 1, and from 2 it is going to 3. So 1 and 3 both are reachable. And if you look at 1 itself is reachable with epsilon input. Okay, so in this case it is very easy to find out the closure set. Okay, so this is really very important if you in order to understand about the converger. So if you want to convert your non-deterministic finite automata into a deterministic finite automata, the very first important thing which you need to understand is a closure set. So closure set can be computed as, closure set is a set of states that are reachable with epsilon input from the start. Right. Huh? So this is how it does, right? So you have a regular expression, you have a transition function, you have a set formation, and you are trying to go for a closure set computations. Okay, so we have got this. Now let us